And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta on Release Candidate 6 in our Initiative Non-Aggression Pact run attempt. As far as we're into the run, we're not actually all that far into the run. We have already achieved Non-Aggression Pact status with 2 of the 6 other human factions. Obviously, you sheep it everyone, we have to actually find them, and only 2 of them have revealed themselves as of yet.
Ready.
And yeah, we don't have enough information to even try looking for the other ones right now. As far as trying to take over things, I do want to take over the rest of Qatar here. We've got Singapore, UAE, and Qatar as our starting locations. United States is probably going to be hard to annex. Up to 1% chance there. Mexico is 20%.
I'm here. Ready
You
for
can
my
public
mission.
campaign, you can public campaign. What's public campaigning in Mexico? 38%. Okay. 61 in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia wouldn't be the worst of plans. I think if we wanted to make a giant union of oil states, Saudi Arabia is the way to go. Although it doesn't start with any claims. Although it apparently starts on claims on Yemen, interestingly. On South Yemen. So much chance over there. We've actually got all the Singapore ones, so we should take the public campaigners and the public campaign where we want to go. I think for the moment we're going to try Mexico. Although, no, that's not going to work with our current money. Okay, that's not going to work with the current money. Okay, let's pick up.
Bringing them on board.
2 of them should pretty much guarantee. And we'll go Saudi Arabia.
Telling our story.
I need to get some more money flowing, so we can invest in the public campaign for getting to Mexico.
Making our case.
Unless we have... No, public campaign is like 1%. And that's even with the big buff. Although, public opinion doesn't help you with getting public opinion. Right, so...
I'm here. Your
helps
orders?
you with Control Nation. So we're up to 6%, which... For a place that big with only 6 persuasion, that's not actually too bad. So yeah, we're not going to try and go into America right away because apparently we can't public campaign in there early enough right now. And I've definitely got stuff I want to spend the money on. I want to spend the money on things like Intrepid Consulting here, which is 1K. So we've got our money tied up for the moment. Confirm assignments, get moving.
We hold no sway in their minds.
Okay, that's fine.
Public opinion remains.
I would have liked one of the 2 to succeed. But you got 2 tails, basically.
We've got our people in place.
Okay, so the better of the 2 succeeded, so the worst one's not going to be a try.
Mission is a no-go.
These 2 over here are authoritarian, so I don't have a problem running unity here. Second UFO crashes in Milani, down there. Okay.
Reporting in.
Ready
So
for
until I
orders.
think I'm good for Saudi Arabia grab, we're not really 49%. I'd like it to be over 50%. Let's have you investigate crash. Oh no, we got an 86 chance to find an unknown. Find the unknown.
Investigating target.
We'll
Acknowledged.
send you to do it, because you're going to be even worse than that, right? You were... Yeah, 13%. You go investigate the alien activity.
We'll recon the site.
In the long run, this person's going to be our scientist. Short run, he's not that useful for taking over stuff.
Our only hope is to understand
We've encountered
what
the
the
Protectorate.
aliens want with us and determine how to satisfy them without losing our independence.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our independence. We want them to lose theirs.
We've got some intel on our target.
Okay, so that's a Servants Counselor. Repeat and continue. Actually, I might not need to repeat and continue. I
People
might be
will
able
come
to
to our
contact them with
side.
just what we know. Up to 16%, that's a good start.
We've moved the
Up to
needle.
21%, okay. Social Science Labs is a favorite.
Recon complete.
Okay. Can you contact... Yes, you can. Okay, contact the servants.
Reaching out.
At your service.
Okay, so if you've contacted the servants, I don't need that done again. Do a surveil location on Moali,
Eyes up.
because that's in theory what this is telling us to do. Surveil location region or location missions in regions near any alien crash site. Abductions are detected. Send the counselor. It's probably a little early for us to detect any, but we can try. And then
Ready to go.
so
Reporting
that's you're the best one for this. So you're actually at 65. We'll give it another turn before we actually
Standing
go
by for orders.
start trying to take Side Arabian points. 19, we need 20. 8, we need 20. 8, we need 18. 15, we need 20. Okay.
in. On Overwatch.
We found some xenoforms from that surveillance. So we know there's aliens there, basically. They've gone and planted some plants.
Initiating contact.
Your greed is shameful, but it is of no consequence.
Okay, so we want... Okay, they don't like us enough, which is fair enough from the non-aggression pact. The best we can get with them is non-aggression pact. %, energy research. I probably can't afford to take that off of you, especially because I'd be paying, you know, money. Yeah, no. So we're just going for the improved relations here. It was so easy to get the first non-aggression pacts that I probably came in a little early. Oh, so if I'm giving them anything, right, if we're saying very well, we agree. Yeah, so just give him a buck. Quarters, we'll want them in the long run, so that is a favorite. Clandestine cells, we're gonna set as a favorite. Set as a favorite. I'm not gonna set this as a favorite. Close. This one in particular is gonna immediately become clandestine cells, and it's gonna get all the investment. Because this gives us an additional counselor slot, which is very valuable.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
Talent development, all counselor candidates get +3 admin. All counselors immediately get +3 admin. We'll set as a favorite. Not something we need to rush, but it's something we definitely want to pick up. Energy Labs is his favorite.
Standing by for orders.
Okay. Who is that?
Surveilling target.
Where to?
Still know what the servants are. It's going to cost us influence. So I might not want to do because the things we want to pick up cost 200. And I don't think they like us enough that we can get that non-aggression pact off of them yet. Like, paying 10 influence for the non-aggression pact would be something I'd be on board with. Okay, so 14.7, 23.7, 23.2. Although your admin also applies here, so it'll be 8% more science, 5% more national investment. Do you want the national investment in Singapore or UAE? 9.8, 9.5. Okay. Although this is advising as well. Although at this point there's... What are they going to do? It's... Unless I'm going to just take control nation swings. And I don't want to take a total of 20%, so... Yeah, go advise... How much are we getting monthly? 60 a month, okay. This is a little bit expensive for what it is, but...
Offering assistance.
We believe we can join
Okay,
them as
so in
brothers
theory,
and
we've
sisters if
met
we
the
only
academy.
convince them we are worthy.
Offering support.
Research by 8%, investment by 5%. Very small improvement to tech. Click repeat there. One of our counselors were spotted. Okay. In Singapore, of all places.
Person of interest surveilled.
Okay, so that's a humanity first person. I'm not interested in that.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
So I believe this is the monthly investment points. So 40% of just, well, let's say 40% of 10. So we're gonna get 4 times, or 50 divided by 4. It's like a year out. We'll have fun to space work complete in a year. Year and a bit.
Ready to go.
Okay. So you can't investigate anyone. And we can only say hi to them. We're not interested in saying hi to them. Control nation, Saudi Arabia, 71%.
Establishing control.
I will help them.
Right now, I think each agent action is 7
People
days.
will come to our side.
And we're getting about 2 influence a day. So that means we're getting 14 in agent action. We're paying 10 to advise. So advise is really weak right now. When the new normal starts, it'll go up to 14. And then it won't be so bad.
Our case remains unheard.
We still lack support.
Okay, so there's been a little bit more shuffling. Some are out, some are in. 1.9k for Redwood is definitely not as good as the 1k for Intrepid. In fact, it's a 1-star. 5 admin for 1-star is real strong. I would not be surprised if that's actually a glitch. Might be a user or a backer submitted one. That might explain it. Okay, you've got enough to pick something up. Some augment. Already got a criminal. I don't think I need a government. You only got one admin. You probably actually need more admin. So let's grab you another admin. Confirm and advance.
Lending my expertise.
We hold no sway in their minds. We're winning their hearts and minds.
We've gained significant support.
Okay. Are you bound to a particular country, or am I suffering from rounding here? Might be suffering a bit from rounding here. Yeah, so it's not saying I can't pick it up, so there must be some rounding going on there. Let it confirm and move one more cycle. Hopefully it's still there one cycle. And we can pick it
Offering
up.
counsel.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Our supporters are in place.
Okay. So the only question is, who do I put it on? I can put it on anyone. 5 admin will be good on, like, everyone. The other question is anyone want to put advise on? Okay, because there's advise and hostile takeover. So suppose if I'm actually advising on you, giving you admin gives you more investment. For the advising as well. Just wouldn't, obviously wouldn't be, although we can't run more than one advance, right? So yeah, let's put it on our engineer. Okay, out the door. You're up to 10 admin, so you got lots of space for admin. Gives you hostile takeover, although we're probably not likely to do that anytime soon. Boost your advise. And I suppose we're saving it for the 1.9k for the Redwood group. And then the rest are influence. Although 5 space science is tempting. 5% space science. Yeah, we'll take that one as well. We can afford that one right now. Money-wise, we're saving it for you, or influence for the influence costing ones.
Lending my expertise.
And there, you can see the +1 science, the +5 admin there playing pretty big results.
The people will come to our side.
The more people that support us, the more influence we get. So we definitely do want to be continuing to public campaign.
Our presence is growing.
3 or 4 points in Saudi Arabia. Repeat and continue one more time. And again, this is an oil state, so we'll go focus more on spoilage so we can get money coming quicker. Stabilize nation and welfare. Okay. Okay, we got our first criminal. which is only good if we want to assassinate. In the semiconductor industry. Although, espionage as well. I think influence-wise we might continue to hold out, see if we can get the 200s. Get up to 200. Which is notably made hard by the fact I'm spending 10 every cycle. So we're only getting a net 4 every week. So it's 13 weeks out? Do I know who my investigator is going to be? Surveil, investigate alien activity, and advise. Although we don't need the advise. You wouldn't actually be bad. Actually, you are my best investigator right now. Okay. You're the best investigator. Take the investigation buff. Who's my best espionage person? You, probably. With that 9 espionage, purge, assassinate. Yeah. So you want that one. Take you up to 10 espionage. Here's a criminal, you're the criminal. Can't afford the criminal yet. The criminal, or actually, what makes the criminal one good right now is we don't have a reliable source of ops. It would literally double our ops. Yeah, that would be the reason to pick it up. It'd pay for its ops upkeep, or pay for its ops cost in 4 months. Doesn't cost a lot of influence. Okay, we'll come back to that. And then, have we decided who's going to be command? No one. No one is going to be command. None of our existing people is going to be command. They're all really bad at it. If we were desperate, and if we were stabilized, it's probably want everyone at some point. But, and that probably means I do need to pick it up at some point. But I'm gonna save it for the 200. We'll pick that up with the 200's drop off. July 10th. We'll
Offering
have
support.
ability to pick up a 5th.
We're winning their hearts and minds. Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Information science, okay.
We're taking over.
Okay, so we now have full control over Saudi Arabia as well. So we have control over 3 petrol states. And Singapore. Singapore is where we're trying to push early for our boost. So we're not going to hopefully be too boost dependent on trying to pick up the United States or Kazakhstan. Especially because Kazakhstan's controlled by someone else. And actually not that good at boosts anymore, although it's definitely worse places you could get boosts from. 4.9 in the United States. I think that's monthly again, so 4.9 a month is still quite a bit. China's up to 2.7. Russia's obviously taking Kazakhstan's boost. of June. Yeah, we don't have control over any of the choices either. Which is something we'd like to change. Okay, so there's no point really in public campaigning in Saudi Arabia for the moment.
Bringing them to our side.
Do I want those? It's only got 1 point. How much cap is it? 2. So we're getting 10.4 science for 2 control point. So it's about a 5-to-1 science to control point ratio. Sure, that's actually not a bad place for you to go for the moment. We'll basically pick that up for the cost of an action. Mexico's been taken. Okay. So Canada, Mexico's gone. So the United States is probably where they're going next. No one's in Russia. No one's in China.
Acknowledged.
We got a surprising amount of support in India, although we would still need a public campaign there, which would cost money that we don't have. Russia, or China's lost cause. Kazakhstan's already controlled by someone else. Mongolia is basically controlled by someone else. Japan's taken. Who's India's rivals? China, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Okay. So the problem with India is the neighbors have already been taken. I'm surprised Myanmar is actually so hard to public campaign in. Is that hard to just control? No. Okay, so that's the totalitarian effect kicking in there.
Standing by.
So you can only public campaign. Okay, do some public campaigning in Sri Lanka.
We'll make
Not
our
sure if Sri
appeal.
Lanka and India are actually considered touching. That's actually a really good question. I don't know if that, well, the land bridge doesn't exist IRL. It used to, a long time ago. It's been a
What's
while.
the op?
Been a long while. And yeah, we're literally better off just trying to take the point of Myanmar rather than public campaign for the first one. And yeah, I'll roll the 65%
Establishing
chance.
our presence.
This is to get it easier to get into India. Although, I don't think 1 point's going to make big enough difference. Okay, you could take another persuasion. As the best persuasion person, we may need that to get into places. You could take another persuasion, but you've only got control nation. 5 is not going to be enough. So that's why we got you on advise. Could go more science. Yeah, let's go more science. You're basically going to advise wherever the best place is.
Offering assistance.
Which right now is Singapore, for our purposes. It accelerates the rate that Singapore
Our cause
develops
is unjustified
space
to
program. Okay, no luck in Sri Lanka, but we didn't, other than the action, we didn't really invest anything.
Our presence is growing.
Okay,
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
so this is far enough off of the equator. It's probably not going to be ready for a space program. I think this is just a case where we just do welfare knowledge, a little bit of funding, a little bit of economy, and call it good.
We've gained significant support. Wrapping up here.
Oh, Sri Lanka. Oh, that was supposed to be a public campaign, not trying to seize the point. We've got a point in Sri Lanka, or in Myanmar. Myanmar is definitely a land toucher to India.
There are two types of people in this world. Those who think only of home, and those who think only of leaving home.
Those who think of only leaving.
Director.
Required some furling glow text. Again, this is another one that is good for us Mass drivers is the prerequisite to space mining. Space mining, I believe, requires mass drivers, yeah. Which requires advanced electromagnetics, which is what they picked. So, again, the AI has to yet not picked techs we don't want them to. They're not necessarily picking the order we want, but they're not necessarily picking ones we don't want. The new normal. Okay. Initial global upheaval in response to the alien arrival has calmed somewhat. The various political and economic interests recognizing that whatever the aliens are doing, the end of the world is not immediately upon us. The sense of emergency fading and entrenched power structures are reasserting authority, and humans are spending more time worrying about each other than the alien. In short, our moment to strike quickly is passing. Our councils report their missions are taking longer to plan and conduct, as they must navigate the old protocols for travel, security, and international contacts. We can still move forward, and some of our missions will have a greater impact as we spend more time on them, but everything will take longer to accomplish now. Mission assignment phases are now twice a month. I think it's technically 2 weeks going forward. Now, as far as the advisor is concerned, it still only costs 10 influence, but it now lasts 2 weeks instead of 1. We should be getting influence faster, effectively. Side effect. Okay, we still have the ones that we can pick up for 200 influence. Pick you up, and oh, you're pretty good. Do I assign you for the science bonus on the advisor, or do I assign you for the influence bonus? And it's a persuasion bonus. I think right now it's the persuasion bonus. We may move you later for the science bonus. Yeah, if we're putting on persuasion, that's the one we're putting it on. Gets you up to 11.
I'm here.
90% to take there, 12% for India, 5 from the public support, 0.4 in the neighbors, 87 for Sri Lanka. We're going to take the 87% in Sri Lanka. That way we can see if that buffs the neighbor bonus on...
Ready for orders.
I know you were on public campaign. The neighbor bonus on India. And yeah, the public campaign is now much easier to do in Myanmar.
Telling our story.
Now that we're in Myanmar proper.
Making our case.
If Sri Lanka is considered adjacent to India, then we'll try to take over all of Myanmar and Sri Lanka. We're trying to push into India. It is a large population location. Which will probably be where the advise gets moved to. I suspect that will be bigger than Singapore for the science and development points. Singapore we're doing mainly for space program and money. Because it's high GDP per person, it's really cost-effective development. We could do spoils there, but we're going to try not to do that. So what the petrol states are for. We're just misallocating the oil. Outpost core, we're gonna want this. We're gonna want this before we go to Mars. Or go to the moon.
Embers glow.
Before we do any space
Through
mining, because we need to do
meditation,
the space mining.
prayer, and togetherness, these dim sparks will blossom into the roaring flames they were meant to be. Superior Judith Howe, Burn Brighter, Self-Improvement Course.
Okay, so they took mission to the moon. Really don't want to do mission to the moon this early. I'm not going to help them with mission to the moon, obviously. Clandestine cells. Focus on that. They do mission to the moon. Well, we have no boost, so we can't even send the probe up to see if it's a terrible moon or not. At least they didn't do Mars. Mars would be even worse.
Prepping for the next mission.
Our case remains unheard. We've moved the needle.
High thrust probes. Probes arrive at the destination 100% faster. Yes, we will want that before we go to Mars.
Our supporters are in place.
Because if we have that and someone else doesn't, that means we've got half the travel time to Mars to claim spots. Okay, so we've got our point there. Did it rise? Oh, I need to get back to our mission. We're gonna see if we went from a 0.4 bonus for a neighbor. What's 0.5 bonus for a neighbor? If that went up from picking up the Sri Lanka part. Alien vessel in New Orleans. Okay.
Standing by.
No. Okay, so Sri Lanka is not considered a neighbor to India. Good to know. Could pick up the last point. Not in a rush to pick up the last point. Let's send you to investigate alien activities.
We'll recon the site.
Boost. Free boost. Well, it's costs money, but boost. The criminal org. Although we need a control point in Japan for that one. Don't have our 200 influence yet for those. I think that boost is taking precedent here. That can go on anyone. Although we obviously have one person that has just a ton of admin, so just put on them for the moment. There we go. Now we got boost coming in. So at least we'll be able to send the probe to the moon to figure out the moon is its usual terrible stuff. Usual terrible self. Your public campaigning, persuasion would help with that. You're also probably my espionage person, but... Oh no. You're not my espionage person. You're just my quick learner, so... for public campaigning purposes, yeah, just... pick up persuasion, be better at that. We might not hold on to this person for very long. Oh, you're also my criminal, so... we'll see if we get good missions from the criminal orgs we pick up along the way. Climate Lab. Open research, I want to see that one. Climate Lab. Okay, so this is the life science lab. Got changed to climate. Fair enough. It's just a name change on a building that I know about.
Offering counsel.
Caught me off guard because I was like, wait, I didn't realize that we had a life science lab. Or a climate lab, because it used to be life science. Expecting it to hold life science. Or no. Health science? It was called something else
Public
before,
sentiment
I think.
is increasingly with us. Public opinion remains unmoved.
We've found something.
Right now, I also have the numbers on per day, not per month. So we're getting 1.8 boost a month. 0.5 is how much that is per day. I know some other streamers have it on the per month balance. We're going to do a 1 cycle of surveillance there, see if we can see the alien move around. I think the answer will be no.
Initiating surveillance. Surveilling target area.
Offering assistance.
You ignoble vampires are no concern of ours.
I'm not willing to give you that. I am willing to agree to a non-aggression pact. So, how much money is this going to cost you? 4. Yeah, I'll give you that for 4. Non-aggression pact with 3 of 6 nations, or 3 of 6 factions. So we got to worry about the servants, the academies, and the resistance. Okay, so we now have control of the executive, which doesn't really matter.
Our cause is unjustified.
Or at least for what
to
we
them.
want to do.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
I probably got spotted. Rocket-powered tug speed up the delivery of HAM modules, sure. From this Valence mission. Because other people would be going and investing in that location. National investment points we direct to boost get buffed, so yes. Sadly, we didn't get the engineering org. A couple new orgs here. More boost. Increased unrest. That's nice to hand it around. More boost. More boost. More boost. Okay. So, we didn't detect any abduction. Someone is in India. Now, we're not sure how easy it was for them to get in. Take that
Taking
point.
control.
That's
Standing
probably
by
high
for
enough that
orders.
it's not. Okay, we do get bonus control points in neighbors. Although that's maybe making it surprising that they, although they had those points, right? So they don't have them anymore, but
Ready.
figure out who that is. That's Academy.
Initiating
We'll try
surveillance.
to interact with them. You're up to 6. 3%'s not big enough. Sure, buff us in Sri Lanka.
We must persuade the people.
And yeah, I definitely want these. Can't afford to take both of them up yet, but... Criminal assassinate... Increase and rest. We're already gonna increase and rest, but assassinate's not bad to pick up. Wasn't thinking of making you the espionage person, but... Also, again, more ops income. I know their only source for ops is counselors. So actually, that would quadruple the ops coming in. Although I think we need to save up for the boost. More ops income there. Okay. You want this for science earlier? Actually, I might, we'll procrastinate a little bit on that one, because that one will hang around, in theory, longer than the 200s. Although this is the 200 we pick up, which would be hard to afford. We're going to pick up the boost. I'm going to do one more. That one. 6% found space program is better than none. Yeah. And we could pick you up, but that costs 120 influence. Save her for that one first.
Where to?
You built a campaign in Sri Lanka as well? Yeah.
Work in the public.
Wait, no, didn't we have someone investigate the counselor? Yeah, investigate the unknown counselor.
Investigating target.
Oh, we had someone also investigating. We had him investigating the one in Myanmar. No, I want the one in India, because I think the one in India is probably the Academy one. So if we can find the Academy, we can try to sign an aggression back to them. If we don't find the Academy, then we may want to be trying
Just
to root
imagine,
them out of places.
Ifechi, how this world would change if we could mass manufacture building materials in an instant. Homes built for mere pennies, irrigation for every village, a brighter, fairer future for all.
Brighter,
Commissioner
fairer future
Kiran
for all.
Banerjee,
Yep.
private
We're on-
correspondence.
We're on board with that, although we're not on board with their choices. A mission to Mars already. No. We need mines. Need to be able to mine when we get there. Okay. That's the first two choices. The Moon and Mars, where I don't appreciate the choice direction the AI has been taking it. And again, we haven't been doing a meta start. We haven't been doing a major. Right, we're doing like super minor start. And we haven't picked up enough persuasion just to brute force away into, say, like the United States.
Offering support.
Although, we've got surprisingly high boost for getting nothing from countries.
Nothing unusual found.
40% of the way on Singapore. Oh, darn. Try again.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We've gained significant support.
Okay, that'll help a bit. I think that even helps with the public campaigning. This place is probably not worth spoiling. So let's go more space program.
With each passing day, humanity shatters the boundaries of the possible. It is our certain destiny to move mountains at the touch of a button.
Gotta move those mountains,
Ready
right?
for my mission.
So we're looking at 13% to get into India. If I'm paying influence, which I really can't afford to do, we can get 68%. So if we were desperate, we could get into India. Not that desperate yet.
Putting
the rest of
our
Sri Lanka.
people in place.
Ready to go.
2% there. Really, we would like having public campaign in this game. Okay. So I want that other boost one. More boost. Can still afford to pick up the investigate. Science is tempting. Let's pick the science up as well. The National Reconnaissance Office is still really tempting, even though it's really expensive, but it's 200 influence. We don't have 200 influence yet. It drops off. Well, if it drops off, we'll probably first take the criminal one, and then this one, in that order. That's where we're at right now. Although, criminal guy. Why can't you pick that one up? Oh, because it's money, and we don't have that much money. Of course. Confirm assignments, let some time pass. The petrol states are making us
Lending my expertise.
lots of money. But they're not doing it that fast.
Surveillance complete.
Okay, so it is the Academy. So we can reach out, try to get an aggression pact to the Academy.
People will come to our side.
There's clandestine cells. So after that, I'm going to need high thrust probes. And I need high thrust probes ideally done before Mars. Okay, so at the current rate, it will be done before Mars, because it's going to be done in June, a year early. Ideally, we'd want it even before Moon, but that's not happening. That's not happening at all. Okay, that would at least let us try to take control of one. We do want control of one, so we can push towards space mining faster. Yeah, that should still clear in time. Alien induction reported. Okay. The next step in the main quest.
We've got our people in place.
Our global public opinion must be down.
Where do you need me?
Okay,
Your orders?
you do the contact with
We'll
them.
open a channel.
What's the op?
You
Ready for my
can go do that.
We'll see what we
That
can find.
should clear our faction quest. The Investigate Alien Activity Mission application. So we can pick up some more Investigate. We could pick up some Command. We did lose the opportunity. The opportunity is in the past for it. So, get to the criminal. Oh, those cost... Ah, I need to be in Afghanistan. I need to be in Japan. Japan's not going to be doable. Afghanistan might be doable. Okay, we'll pass on those for the moment. So now it's just the money ones. Until something else good comes up. Your science, but my science... Well, I'd have to pull stuff off the science guide to put other stuff on. You're my investigator, so we'll slap more investigate on you. Everyone is... Oh, and we worked out that we don't need influence or anything, so we need to recruit. Timed recruit number 5. So really, I either need this person to be blow away good at persuasion, or I need them to be commander. We've got someone who can do investigate, we got someone who do espionage. We got someone who's really good at admin and science. So of the 6, well, everyone eventually is going to be an admin. So of the 6, we've got science, espionage, investigate. So it's either persuasion or command that we need this one to be. The best of the command that's here is you. Rebel, criminal. Coup d'etat, we don't really need. Increase in rest, we probably want. Assault alien asset, we probably want. Really would want to stabilize. There's no stabilize here. You have 5. You're an operative. Got that stabilized mission, got that assault alien asset. Aware's not bad. Hopefully Serbia is not gonna get, you know, hit with the nuke. Hopefully. Low profile, espionage is not a problem. Enemy of the state, we're not gonna be doing anything in Serbia for a while, so that's fine. Apparent loyalty being set to 2 isn't bad. I wouldn't be able to clear that one, but that's helping with espionage. Which is not what their main target is going to be, but yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. The other option would be someone who's just really good at persuasion. So we get an 8 or 7. Control nation public campaign. Yeah, I think I need that stabilize. You're the only person we have stabilize. You're the only one we know that has it. 5 command is decent. We're recruiting you. Get on the team. There we go. So you don't have the admin to take over anyone. We ideally want you to take the command one, so let's spend... Could get rid of enemy of the state, for example. Don't need to do that right now. Let's grab the admin. That allows you to pick an org up. So we're going to pick up the command org. So this is basically the same, costs a little bit more, but basically the same as getting the command. So you're up to 6 command. Cool. And then we'd like to spend the money on the science. Ideally to put it on the science director, which means I need to pull one of these and move it somewhere else. This one. Took it off, which does have drawbacks in the short term. Put you on... You have someone with the space for 2. This one. Okay. We were able to afford the shuffle. We still want more money. We still need more admin. That's looking like a working team.
Ready for my mission.
And then your job... how does the stability look in your places? You could be better. Those are perfectly stable. You're perfectly stable. Myanmar really could use stability. You could really use stability. 94, 95, 99. Let's do Saudi Arabia first, because it should stay lower. Actually, once we get it low enough, it should stay there. So that's good. Let's get them down to 0 first. These ones over here are probably going to need to be babysat to keep them low. So you're probably going to be ping-ponging back and forth between those two. And India, if we get into India. Okay, so let's confirm assignment. Let's go one last agent cycle here.
Initiating contact.
We will save our world, even as you thoughtlessly plunder.
They think we're thoughtlessly plundering. No, we're strategically plundering. Okay, non-aggression pact. We're getting there. What else can you throw in? Some money? 1 credit. This is adequate. Agreed. There we go. Okay. So, coming up at the end of this part, we're going to have a non-aggression pact with 4 of 6 of the human factions. The early game goal here is to have a non-aggression pact with 6 of 6 of the early game factions, so that they leave us alone. And we can take over all the little guys and just have no conflict.
I will help them.
We can focus on getting into space, focus on building up, stabilizing our micronations. halfway to the space program in Singapore. It's going to be another place where we get boosts from. Although we're getting
Things
a
are going
lot of boost off of orgs right now. The orgs are doing work. Reusable rockets, yeah. We're gonna want that. We're gonna want that until we're stably on
Recon
Mars,
complete.
probably.
We're having trouble envisioning the aliens as any kind of business opportunity.
Having trouble envisioning the aliens as any kind of business opportunity. Given that our attempts to communicate the aliens have come up against a blank wall, our only viable avenue of investigation appears to be the data we have gathered on the alien abductions. Academy is set to lead. There's not much I can do about that.
Our supporters are in place.
That might help. Sri Lanka, again, this is probably another place where we're not going to bother with spoils. Instead, put that into the space program. No, I want that after high-press throws. And we're not back in control on the deep space propulsion. Shame.
Where to?
So we got 13% for control nation India. How much do the Indian points cost? 26. So I could only really control one anyway. From a public
Reporting
campaigning standpoint, what's the odds? 2.
I'm here.
And probably a 2 as well. Right. Yeah. What's the biggest nation you can do successful public campaign in? Or notable nation you can do public campaign in? Really nowhere. Like 50-50 in France. Pretty sure someone's in France. Yeah. Would have had to go. Would have had to gone to that Thunderdome a little earlier to be getting a good chance to get into France. Could probably grab 2 points in Russia, although again, not a great source for public campaigning. So as we could go around investigating people, trying to find...
Surveilling target.
Where do you need me?
Trying to find them. Find the other 2 factions so we can get peace with them as well.
Eyes on target.
At your service. Tracking target.
Yeah, looking at the time, this is where we should put about a heartbreak in for YouTube. We're definitely making some progress in the orgs, as can be seen by the fact that we got 8.5 boost without getting boost from any country. Commercial boost for the wind, apparently. We're... what, that's 55% of the way to Found Space Program in Singapore. Singapore is a pretty good place for boost. Although at this point, with the fact that we've got boost from orgs, we might be looking more for mission control. Although we start with 5, or we start with 2, and the orgs are giving us 3. The rest of the places are going to be a little further behind in the space program game. 5.8, 5.7, 7.7, 3.1. That would be one reason to get into India. India has boost. India has boost production capacity. has mission control capacity. That would be one reason to maybe do that. Although 68% is still a little bit of a stretch. No, well, we got an Nonaggression pact with them. So the question is, do I want to gamble trying to get it back just to take Bangladesh? 71% chance for purge. That's on the 4% guy.
Your orders?
93% chance. So yeah, we could probably
Ready
rush
for
down.
orders.
Yoders?
Well, we can't take these. We could, in 2 moves, take Bangladesh. 2 agent actions. We might do that early next part. Although we wouldn't be able to control... No, we'd be able to control Bangladesh. We wouldn't be in a spot where we could get in India, but that would get a better chance. And then we'd have to find mission control from, or not mission control, control point power from somewhere. But yeah, before I ramble too much thinking about future plans, if you're watching on YouTube, part up tomorrow, where we might go back to rambling about these plans, or we might try doing them. I'll try to make the decision over the break. If you're watching on Twitch, we're going to continue recording after a short break. Once again, I'm going to give the dog an opportunity to go outside and stretch the legs, but we'll be right back to record as soon as that is done. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.